Do you know what today is? It's our anniversary. And you and me, hey. Do you know what today is? I'm playing. I don't know what today is. It's not our anniversary. But what I do know is that we have been doing this podcast for almost a year now. Yay! Congratulations to the most inconsistent podcast in America. CP always. My podcast, our podcast, our Black podcast. Woo!
Did you know that it's a sin to covet? Baby, I can't help the fact you love it. No skin off my back. Wish that I could help resolve the pain that you've been holding on to, but it's so helpless if I'm the cause. Tried to act like we were constant buddies. Now I know that you're.
Did you miss me? Did you miss it at me? I had missed it at you. So like, I'm gonna stop playing with y'all on y'all phones and on y'all devices. I am here, cause I should be, I suppose. It's been a journey, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, thems and theys. Toxicity. That's the topic of today's podcast. We are here today to talk about toxicity and overcoming toxicity. It's spring cleaning. Like it's the spring. So we cleaning out all this toxic ass energy. So get your journal, twin. Go and grab your journal. Go ahead. Get a cup of coffee. I need one. Oh, sit down for a second. Let's talk.
Okay, so here is our first journal prompt. So, what is your relationship with peace and toxicity? Which does your nervous system recognize as safe based on what feels most familiar to your body? Take a second, sit with that, write that down, think about it, and let's get into it.
Because this is the time to unpack this shit. This is the time to not bring this shit with you to the new year. I didn't mean to give y'all a foot fetish video, but aren't they pretty?
Oh, God, bro. Oh, hell no.
Anyway, this is not the time to hold on to the shit that doesn't serve you. It really isn't. And it's Aries season. So that means if I'm mad, I'm mad. And I gotta get all that shit off my chest. I literally cannot keep holding on to shit from the 3rd grade, baby. I have been deep. That feels like the way to say that. I'm almost like empty-headed in this moment in time because I have been going so deep that it feels like I've cleared. I just pulled it like I just a colonoscopy.
And
A colonoscopy. Yeah, colon cleansed, yanked. Minus the fact that I am doing a detox right now because me and this pipe tobacco have been going together very badly. I haven't smoked weed in like 3 months.
I haven't had no sex.
And I have been trying to reassert my diet because I don't know if y'all were there for that part where I started eating a bunch of fruits and vegetables and it was great. But I'm trying to get back to that. I'm trying to get back to a bunch of fruits and vegetables and being great and not eating anything processed for real. Anyway, I say all that to say it's spring and spring has sprung, baby. We are on a different frequency. We are in a different mode. I have undergone some very winter-like transitions. I have undergone some very heavy grief that I've had to deeply process. Child, me in this journal, I wrote apology letters to people. I have gone deep into myself. I have forgiven myself. I have gotten in the thick of it. I have given apologies to people I will never apologize to in person, that I will never see their face again, and I mean it. And just to recap, y'all remember because last time I was on here, I was saying fuck them hoes, and it's still very much fuck them hoes, but it's also forgive them, forgive them hoes, because you need peace. And so I'm coming to this space of peace. And I don't know if I told y'all this before, but peace is like one of the most unfamiliar things to my nervous system. I process so well when things are like chaotic. I do a very great job of like operating under pressure, intensity. Existed in a lot of toxic relationships, which I have literally come to realize, because one of the things that I realized getting to know myself in this new journey is I struggle to label things as being toxic when they're not hurting me. Like, I think I created a relationship with toxicity and physical harm that made me believe, like, okay, well, it can't be toxic if I'm not getting physically hurt. It can't be toxic if you love me. Yes, the fuck it can. Yes, the fuck it can. It can't be toxic if you love me and I love you and everything is done out of love. Yes, the fuck it can. Yes, the fuck it can. Trauma to me has always meant something very violent. And now I'm coming to understand some of the more nuanced toxicities that are like latent with traumatic energy, but is not trauma or has not been traumatizing. It's just been toxic. And child, feel more comfortable with what feels more familiar, and toxic feels more familiar to your nervous system. It is hard to see yourself in that light. When you do not see yourself as a toxic person, when you are genuinely a very sweethearted person, when you mean things from a very genuine place, and then having to come to accept that you be toxic even when you don't mean to. Like, and this, I have a hard time when I'm talking from this lens, because mm, I don't like it feeling like I am like justifying anything, or like I'm trying to like tell a narrative and spin a story to make myself look like the good guy. Because if you heard a story about me and it made you not like me, fuck you and fuck that story. You heard what I said. If you heard a story and it made me not like me, don't like me. Don't. I don't care. Leave me the fuck alone. I have done too much work on myself. I've done too much work for others. I've done too much for me to be sitting here trying to justify other people's feelings for me. And I finally got to that point. Can we give it up for me finally getting to the point of like not trying to de-villainize myself and not trying to like make myself like the good guy in the story when I feel like I'm the good guy and other people are trying to make me feel bad about myself. Yeah, this is a season of like upheaval and like letting shit go from the past and cleaning out the closet. So this is me cleaning out my closet. Mine. If another bitch gotta clean her closet out and it got something to do with me, let her clean it out. And if my name come up, don't mention me. Don't even send it to me. I don't give a fuck about what that hoe gotta say about me. Keep that shit over there. Bye. Have fun. Enjoy your life. Mwah. I'm gonna just stay fine, and I'm gonna stay fine and annoying, excellent and amazing and sweet and kind and loving. I'm gonna just stay all those things. I've literally, the reason why I'm so open about it in this era is because I literally just got here. I went home, y'all. I went home. I went home. But I also recognize that a part of me really, really, really wanting to go home is familiarity and being so triggered by being here that like I'm trying to escape. And escapism is something that I have really always existed in. I moved around so many times as a youth. Like, I just like happenstance, every time something traumatic happened in my life when I was younger, I would be moved. So like I never had to sit in discomfort of being in a place that I had so much negativity in, because since I was legit, And all the way up until adulthood, I have been able to leave a spot and be like, and I told you that I'm leaving. Restart, redo, yay, a fresh new home, a brand new start. Look at me in my new apartment. And now that I own this goddamn house, you just can't get up and leave, baby. You just can't. Plus all of the things that I'm building, I have to be stronger than myself. I have to be stronger than my trauma. I have to be stronger than what triggers me. I have to be stronger than what makes me feel like sad or negative or less than. I have to be stronger than all of that. And this is me pushing forward with that. But right now, I am in this moment of acceptance and growth and expansion and just like upheaval and cleansing, getting an opportunity to be new with myself. And I'm just in a space where I'm being new again, but this is so new. It's literally so new because this is the first time that I'm actually like processing what I'm restarting from. Like I'm actually going through it with myself and like getting into that shadow space and talking myself through what my experiences are and actively processing it because I have always compartmentalized these things and forgot them and just shoved it in a closet, and that closet is full. So at some point, I have to be able to show up to do the work with myself to overcome myself.
Okay, so trigger warning. This next part of this segment is related to death, and I know that a lot of us have some relationship to self harm, so I just want to take a moment to pause you. This is a segment about death and ego death and how they are concurrently the same to me. This does relate to suicidal ideation and living to overcome self rather than trying to survive. So the context of this is how I am looking forward to dying one day and how death is not necessarily a negative thing, and with me, I have such a positive relationship to death. I don't perceive it as negative. You might. So sit with yourself for a second. You can fast forward past the next few minutes if you need to. This is not a suicide warning. This is just me letting you know my relationship to death. And also my relationship to death is ego deaths. I very much welcome ego death all the time, so this is a reflection of that.
Really realized in this era of my life is that I am just ready to die. Like I'm always just ready to die. Like I'm just so ready to go. Like I'm here to clock out soon. Like I have some things I need to do that I'm going to take care of first. I'm gonna get a few things situated, but whew, and I hope that you can borrow this if you don't live your life this way already. I live to die. I live to die every day. I think about death constantly. I am always ready to die. I live like every day is my last day on earth. And if it was the last day on earth, what would you do? I would give everything away. I would celebrate people. I would love people. I would make love with people. I would clap and cheer and dance in the street. Like I just live like I'm ready to die any day. And I don't anticipate life. I do not think too far. I have like 15-year plans just in case I live that long, but I'm not thinking about survival. I'm not thinking about making it through. I'm not thinking about just got to make it. So whenever I am in a moment of struggling with myself, it be so like, and this is on MDD, when I be struggling with myself, it be so all encompassing because I only have today in my mind. So if today I'm struggling, that is it. That's all I know. Because I could die right now. And I want to die now. Now I want to die even more. Someone please remove me from the chat. Remove me from the chat. But I'm very grateful to be alive whenever I do wake. Now, today I feel that more than yesterday. Yesterday, let's not talk about her too much. But today I definitely feel very pleased and happy to be alive. But I just live to die. I just want a good afterlife. I don't really care about what I do here too much. I just live to serve my highest self. So whenever I go, I can be closest to. I don't have to deal with the bullshit. I don't have to do the work that I could have done alive in my afterlife. I don't want to have to do this shadow work shit when I'm gone. When I'm gone, I want to be pleased. I want to be peaceful. I want to be happy. I just want to experience eternity. Like, I want to learn things that I could never learn by just existing on earth. I want to connect with spirits that were always a part of me. I want to be deep, deep, deep in the subconscious of all things. And I want to flip through every channel and just experience all life force energy. I don't want to do those shadow work. I don't want to go to hell. I've been in hell for 31 years and it's known as the planet Earth. And while I'm down here, I have been making heaven up for myself. And that's how you get to heaven. You got to create heaven. It is a creation. It is a creation. And so I have been creating my version of heaven, but also in this last push to like overcome self, I've had to go right back to hell and unpack, fight with them demons, get it out of there, do some exorcisms, and child. Now I'm starting to believe if I really wanted to be like if I wanted to offer services to do exorcisms, I'm almost certain I can do them because what I just went through with myself was an exorcism, and I know it was because child, I feel like where the demons go? Where are my demons? They're out there, just living their best life, or they're integrated. They're integrated with the good things about me.
Okay, so here is our last prompt that we'll be sitting in and working with for the rest of the podcast. So, we're talking about shadow work now, y'all. So, what does shadow work mean to you? So, the question is, what does the term shadow work mean to you? How do you integrate with your experiences and overcome self rejection while holding yourself space for accountability? Now, think about that, sit with it, process it, and we're moving on.
I can't be so deep involved with my own ego that I lose track of what I've been through and how it makes me feel and where I'm trying to get and how I'm trying to grow. So this is an unforeseen era of life. I did not know going home was gonna like cause an exorcism, but that it did. And so in this era, I'm literally just trying to ascend. Like, it's not that I'm trying. I'm just ascending. I'm just sitting still and floating up. And then if I get surrounded by darkness in any of those experiences, I let myself be dark. And I just let myself have whatever I need. I think that's a low key secret to life. Just let yourself have whatever you want and whatever you need. Of course, create boundaries with yourself for yourself, but don't do it out of any obligation to what you think you're responsible for. Just be. And if you can just be a little while longer, then you will start to feel holy. But yeah, I think that's what it is. I think you just have to like allow yourself to be. And I was talking to one of my great friends yesterday about shadow work and how I do it with other people. And she asked me when, like, how I was able to sit with people like who are being aggressive towards me or being loud or da 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 da. And I was like, detachment is a very useful gift. And when it comes to doing shadow work with yourself, you should also learn detachment. Once you've allowed yourself to have your feelings, because that's a very important part of the shadow work journey too, is like let yourself have what you're feeling. Let yourself have it. You mad, be mad. You sad, be sad. You depressed, be depressed. You're upset, be upset. Let yourself have it fully. Don't fully. Don't cut yourself short. Don't cut yourself off. Don't try to rationalize and make sense of everything. Let yourself have it fully. Also, ask yourself soft questions. Like, I went out the other day and I was having a lot of energy come up for myself that I was feeling uncomfortable in a lot of different ways. I was being hypersensitive and hypervigilant. And I was like, struggling with myself, and I was like, ooh, this is an active ego. What's happening right now? What is making you feel like disconnected from being present? Because if you're spending all of your time in your mind, you're not being present. I hate to tell you, but if this is constantly moving, you're not being present. And so what's disconnecting you from feeling present? And then I was like, I think this space is just bringing up a lot of memories for me. And it was like, oh, so you're stuck in your memories. What's wrong with remembering? And I was like, nothing. There's nothing wrong with remembering. And sometimes that's what you have to do. You just have to ask yourself gentle questions like, okay, you're still in this loop. What's going on? What are you feeling? What do you think is happening right now? What's making you feel like you're having a hard time being present? And then just give yourself the space. I think I'm struggling with this. I think this is what I'm experiencing. I think it's rooted in this. Okay, well, what's wrong with that? Nothing. And then once you let yourself have your feelings and you've done your checking, because that's the next phase, it's like I let myself have my feelings. Now I'm checking in with myself to see what I need, what is going on, what's happening with me, what am I struggling with. Then you get to the next phase of objectivity. This is the hard part because then you have to be able to empathize with what hurt you. Yeah, yeah. Mhm. You have to integrate the other person's story. You have to integrate the other side because there is something you did that resulted in you being in this experience. There is something that happened here. Whether you feel like that connection is directly to that equation or it's karma from your past, one way or the other is connected to something that you did. My prayer alarm just went off, so I should probably pray. 2 seconds. Okay. Anyway, so yeah, karmic cycles exist for a reason. So if you're having a situation with someone and you feel like you didn't deserve what happened from that person to happen to you, then maybe look at your past. Something you did led you here. And so having to integrate with that, and also there is no such thing as a perfectly blameless person. You have to see their side of the story. You have to see it their way. You have to revisit what was said and start to unpack it. Now, I will say is a lot of times people are like, depending on the person, they might be intentionally weaponizing what they're saying to make you feel like something about yourself. So when you are, first of all, detach from whatever that energy is. Detach from those people. Disconnect from those people. Sometimes the best way to do your work is to just completely let these folks, the people that harm you, the toxic, whatever, let it go. Of course, know the difference between when something is toxic and when something is triggering. Because sometimes we're quick to let people go, calling them toxic, saying this, that, and the third. But really, what's happening right now is they're triggering you because there's some work that you need to do that you're not wanting to integrate with, and so it's making you feel like they're the bad guy, but they're not the bad guy. You're just being triggered, and that's okay. People are supposed to trigger you. It's good for you. Being triggered is good for you. It's good for you. I'm gonna hold your hand. It's good for you. As someone who has CPTSD, it's good for you. It's good for you because it allows you to integrate with your trauma. It allows you to reinvestigate what happened. It allows you to sit with yourself and learn to grow tools. But that also requires you sit with yourself and let yourself have your feelings and do the check-ins and ask yourself what you need. And then also see what you see, it's a cycle. The shadow work is a cycle. It's not a straight line. Healing is a journey. It's an experience, and you are done healing when you die. You see what I'm saying? You're done healing when you're dead. You're in your healing journey when you die. Something or another is always going to invite you back to healing from something. Existing is painful. The humanity is not righteous. Experiencing life is challenging, and every day is going to be something to grow from. And healing is just a growth experience. And sometimes it's soft and sometimes it's hard. Sometimes the healing you had today was just you having a good day. And that can be extremely healing. going into the sun, smelling the air, skipping and jumping and having a great time, or you're triggered and it's something for you to heal from that. So you have to embrace whatever the experiences are, because they're all integrated, and how you do one thing is how you do everything. So of course you're healing. All your cells are healing every day. Your cells are regenerating every day. Your skin cells are starting over every day. Something in you is dying and re-becoming. So of course there you will also be the same. So is the earth. So is the universe. So is all things. So you are a reflection of all things. And so because you are a reflection of all things, you also have these cycles in self to complete, seasons to change, things to overcome, ways to unpack, you know? And so when you're doing your shadow work and you're being confronted with integrating another person's side of the story, because I have integrated everyone's side of the story that I disagree with at this point, and I see it there. I see what they were trying to say, past what they actually did say, and I think that's a very important part of it. Like, I see what you were trying to say past what you did say, and there is something I can be accountable for that. But I don't owe you my accountability. Hello? I'm gonna let myself have whatever I need to have to be at peace, because again, I'm living to die. I'm not living for you. I'm not living for tomorrow. I'm living to die. I plan to die. I plan to make it to the grave, and I can't wait. And if I go to death with any of this shit on my chest, I'm gonna have to process it. My conscience is gonna have to continue to process it, and I don't have space for you. I can't go to hell with you. I am going to go where I deserve, where I belong, by myself anyway. You can't take a U-Haul. You can't take your shit with you, and you can't take them folks anyway. If we gonna reintegrate in the afterlife, I'll see you when I see you. But I don't have it today, and I'm not gonna give it to you today. And I'm just gonna let myself have my own thing. But integrating, there's that side, that's a very important side to have, and then there's also the integration piece where it's like, okay, what is it that they were illuminating, that they were mirroring to me, even though they were projecting? What is it that I am also projecting? What is it that I also did that led me here? And I've had to grow from a lot of spaces of being manipulative and being controlling and being like, overbearing and trying too hard to try to be loved. I've had to grow from all of that. I've had to grow from seeking validation, all of it. I've had to grow from all of it. And I know it sounds impossible, but baby, it could be done. It could be done. I outgrew being manipulative at 16. The first time I did it, I was like, this is too much. But there's still latencies. There's still soft white underbellies of like tendencies that might come up in you, because you are who you are. And so you have to just do the work to check in with yourself to know first of all, know your red flags. Know what you have the tendency to do. Know how you have the tendency to harm others. Yourself. Know yourself. Know yourself. Know yourself. And live for your highest self. Stop living for other people. Stop living for validation. Stop living for to to be famous. Stop living to be popular. Stop living for the money. Stop living for the bag. Stop living for anything outside of you. I love you. I love you. I love, I love, I love, I love, I love. I love you, and I can't wait to see you soon. And if you live in the Atlanta Decatur area and you're trying to find Mother's house, hit me up. But also keep in mind, I am doing a lot of shadow work, and if I don't respond, it's probably because I don't want to. So give me space, because I'm gonna give you yours. So I'll see you soon. And I'll see you on the next inconsistent episode of the podcast. Can't wait. Could be tomorrow, could be next week, could be 2 months, could be 3. But one way or the other, we love our Black podcast. We love our Black people. Okay? I'll see you soon. Peace.
Did you know that it's a sin to covet? fact you love it. No skin off my back, wish that I could help resolve the pain that you've been holding on to, but it's so helpless if I'm the cause. Try to act like we were constant buddies. Now I know that your reasons were ugly. Just dodge the attack, and you really should be so ashamed. I caught you in the act, and now you won't forget I am the boss. Was the problem always me? Or the fact you can't believe